In this video, I'm going to be talking about your mindset, life, health, and fitness, part 5. And if you're over 40, you're definitely going to resonate with this. All right, let's get to it. Consistency builds trust. Trust builds loyalty. Consistency builds trust. Trust builds loyalty. Well, what I've figured out in life, being over 40, is that when you're consistent with certain things, you end up building a certain kind of trust for whatever it is that you do. You know, consistency is one of the better things in life that we need to do, and we need to do more often. I'm gonna tell you this right now, because it's been plenty of times in my life where I wasn't consistent, and when I wasn't consistent, I fell behind or I missed out on an opportunity, things of that nature. So being consistent for me was one of the biggest things I had to learn throughout my years. And I know if you're over 40, I know you can definitely resonate with that. But when you are consistent, what I've learned is the things that I was consistent in, I started to build trust. And when I built trust, I built loyalty to whatever it is that I'm doing. So you ever know you had something in life where you was working on and you was doing, all kinds of every day, different times of the day. You couldn't stop thinking about it. You was making sure that you was trying to get things moving in life where, you knew if you was to just keep doing it over and over and over again, right, you was going to start to trust the things that you do. You started feeling like nobody can tell you anything about what you are planning to do or what you're trying to do in life. And then after a while, it built loyalty, because once that trust started giving you success, you started to become loyal to it. And that it pretty much shapes who you are. So it's the same thing in health. Once you start eating your fruits and vegetables like you should be doing when you're over 40, yes, when you're over 40, consistently, you start to build a trust in that fruit or that vegetable, or fruits or vegetables, and then you start building a sense of loyalty. This way, now you're going to start to see the results. And when the results hit, what's going to tend to happen is now you can go out there and teach other people the same thing. When it comes to fitness, if you're over 40, right? Fitness, being consistent, obviously you should know this. The more consistent you're at with your fitness, the better you're going to feel, right? And then you're going to start building a trust in that fitness or whatever it is that you're doing in terms of working out, which then now is anything you do in life, you're going to surround it around that fitness because you're loyal to it. All right. Same thing in relationships, guys, when it comes to life too, right? You guys should know this. If you're over 40, definitely you should know this. All right. So moving on. Oh, come on. Let me turn the page here. All right, here we go. Next up, shape your behavior, shape your identity. Yeah, this was something that I wrote down because I was listening to a podcast where they was getting real in detail about life and how we're supposed to look at life, and the behaviors in life. And now we see out here in this world today, with life, we see it all the time where in life, we tend to, how do you put it? We see the behaviors in people in life. And the one thing I've started to look at in life in this world today that we live in, the behavior is getting a bit monotonous. I don't think we understand history, culture, things that you do on a normal basis to keep you, on track in life. And listen, guys, I'm not perfect. I was one of those people, man. And these are the things that I've learned. So go back to it. It says, shape your behavior, shape your identity. Shape your behavior, shape your identity. So if you're over 40 and you want to make a difference in your life, you want to start things over in life or do something different in life, you're going to have to look within yourself and shape your behavior. How are you treating other people? How are you treating, yourself? Things of that nature. So when it comes to shaping your behavior, you have to start to look within yourself first. And this is in life, and then you're going to end up building an identity for yourself. You're going to shape your identity. The identity is very important. And I think a lot of us in these time and days have lost our identity when it comes to just out here in life, just kind of, walking around, just living and just doing things, but we don't really have true identity. And once you find that identity within yourself, you feel a sense of pride, you feel a sense of loyalty, you feel a sense of purpose in life, so if you shape your behavior, you can shape your identity. So it starts within. All right, that's enough with that one. I'm not going to go too crazy with that. That's a lot to talk about with that one. The next one is don't compare, believe. Don't compare, believe. Stop looking at people and comparing yourself to them. Okay? In life, when you look at people and you want to do what they do, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being influenced. But also at the end of the day, you can't do what they do. You just can't. You can't emulate the same things other people do because you're just a different person. So when you are trying to change your lifestyle and trying to change things in life, right? You can't look at other people and try to do the same exact thing. All right. So if you stop comparing yourself to people, then you're going to start to believe in yourself more. When it comes to health, stop comparing what other people eat and put in their body because that's not your body. So, if they eat mangoes, right, then I'm going to lose. They're losing 20 pounds. So if I eat mangoes, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. No, it don't work like that. Life don't work like that, right? Your health doesn't work like that. So stop comparing everything that other people do to yourself. And then what's going to happen is you're going to start to believe. All right. When it comes to fitness, this is a big one, guys. This is a real big one. When you are working out or you want to get fit, right? I know we watch videos, we look at people's physiques and I want to look like that. No, you have to learn how to accept who you are, accept the flaws that come with it, and build the body that you want. You can't build the body like everybody else. I know what's going on these days on the internet where they're talking about the Barbie shape, especially the females out here. They want that Barbie shape, or they want that track girl shape, that type of stuff. I've seen it. And what we have to understand is not everybody's a track runner and not everybody has a track runner's body. You have your body. So if you have your body, build it to what it is that you want it to be or what it should be. And then that's when you're going to start believing in yourself. And that's what it is. When we start comparing ourselves to other people in health and in life, we don't have no type of belief system. There's no type of belief within ourselves to try to get out there and try to accomplish things. So another one is in fitness is the same thing as well when it comes to the bodies and stuff like that. Yeah, I was talking about fitness. Kind of lost track of thought there. But yeah, you guys know. So in life, health, and fitness, stop trying to compare yourself to other people and try to look like them and try to eat like them. No, you're different. All right. I know everybody says they're different, right? Well, now's the time to be different. All right. Moving on. Sometimes you have to humble yourself to learn what you know. Sometimes you have to humble yourself to learn what you know. Well, how does that work? Well, once again, it goes back to looking inside yourself. Look inside yourself. Start thinking about what you're good at, what you're not good at, how you treat people, how you treat yourself, because the biggest thing with that is, when you start to humble yourself, you're going to start to love yourself. And also the ultimate goal is the things that you already know, that you don't realize you know is going to come out. So when you start humbling yourself, like what I had to do, because I was a very competitive man. Man, growing up, I was very competitive, played football, and I was just like super ignorant and arrogant. It was crazy, man. And the one thing that I had to learn about myself was I had to humble myself big time. And when I started humbling myself, what tended to happen was the things that I already know started to flourish through my brain. It started to flourish, and it started to allow me to speak out and speak on things, like things that I'm doing now. So guys, it's okay to be confident, okay? But it's another thing to be too arrogant to the point where you think you know everything. You don't. You don't. We all don't. So humble yourself down and make sure that you are doing the right things in life so you can, hey, what's up, man? All right. Humble yourself down so you can learn the things that you need to learn when it comes to, your life. When it comes to health, well, once again, a lot of people think they know what they should be eating. No, not everybody knows, guys. Hell, even I didn't know. I know what to eat for my body, but I don't know what to eat for everybody else's body. So once again, there's another thing that I've been looking at and seeing, everybody got something to say to somebody because it worked for them. Oh, just because it worked for you doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody, because everybody's body is different when it comes to eating. So once again, humble yourself, know what you know, and learn what you know. And that's it. When it comes to fitness, it's the same thing. Me being an online fitness coach, I can't give everybody the same kind of workouts. That would be crazy because not everybody can do it. There's some people that's way overweight, so they can't even do the exercises. And there's some people that's way out of shape, right? Maybe not overweight, but out of shape, where I might have to slow the pace of that exercise down. You see? So what I tend to do is when I help people in coaching is I get them to humble themselves, right? Slow it down so they can learn about their body. They can learn what they know because they already know. It's just you got to learn it, and then you got to speak on it, study it, and then you become a better person. All right, guys. Okay, this is the last one here I have here. Stop doing things for money. Do things for the right reasons, and the right things will come. Stop doing things for money. Do things for the right reasons, and the right things will come. Well, when it comes to life, it's not about money, guys. It's just not. I'm not saying you're broke either. I believe me as a person, I'm rich, and I'm not rich because of money. I'm rich because I have knowledge. I have royalties. There are things that I do that constantly pays me back, and it's not always about money. All right. So when you are in life and you're trying to get yourself together, stop focusing it on money. Money is not the be all to end all. Oh, I'm gonna tell you this right here. I learned this over the years. When you let's say you are, you don't have a lot of money, right? And then one day you come across and you start making some money, right? Well, this is what tends to happen. People say money changes people. No, it does not. Money does not change people. Money only enhances who they already really are. So if you're not a good person, then you're just going to be more of not a good person. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. So you don't want to be that person to be bad to people and speak bad about people and be crazy at people, because then they come across money, they're going to be even worse. Okay. So stop looking at money as a means of ways of you getting out of your situation. What's going to get you out of your situation is being humble. What's going to get out of your situation is being consistent. What's going to get you out of your situation is learning more about yourself. All right. So when it comes to health, it's the same thing. People get into health and try to teach people how to eat and stuff, and they base it off of money. Once again, you can't do that. You have to actually truly love what you're doing, So you're just going to just give people, just recipes and foods and stuff like that, knowing this stuff is probably not good for them personally. They may have an allergy. You just never know, right? So when it comes to health, you can't really do it that way. Now, Same thing with fitness. I can't just go out here and just give people workout plans and just, hey man, just go ahead and take it. Just go ahead and work out. Are you crazy? I can't do that. It will never work, because the problem is everybody's different. And when it comes to this life and the life that we live out here, is we're all different, and we all have to understand that once we learn more about ourselves, there are people out here that'll help you and teach you, but a lot of us are not going to be able to just carry you all the way through. You're going to have to figure this stuff out eventually. So you're going to have the help, but no, in fitness, stop looking at it for money. So I know there's a lot of personal trainers out here that's leading with money, and they're not having any passion and love for what they do and helping people. I love what I do. All right. I may not have a greater passion because I have greater passions for other things, but I love what I do. I like taking someone from 0 to 100, but within time, not so quick, not so fast, because once you get from one part of your body or one goal, once you get from the start of your goal to the end of your goal, you feel a sense of accomplishment, and you get to learn, because there's mistakes you're going to make. There's going to be a lot of things that you're going to go through and stuff like that, ups and downs, left and right. And that's how you learn. But you're going to eventually learn more about yourself and how you fit in this world and how you fit in this life. So that's it for today, guys. I just wanted to throw this out here. This is part 5 of what I'm saying. If you find value in this video, just go ahead and email me at mikesfitnesscorner@gmail.com. I am a fitness coach. I'll leave the one-on-one free call link down there. All you can do is just fill it out, and hit me up, and I'll definitely get a hold of you. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.